In every village, there is a story people whisper, but never say out loud. A story of love. A story of secrets. A story of a woman who married a man no one truly knew. They say he came from nowhere. No family, no past, no history. And yet, he won her heart in ways no man ever could. But every night, he vanished. And one night, she followed him. What she discovered was not just a secret. It was a truth that could destroy love, or redefine it forever. Amara was not like the other women in a Beni village. While others dreamed of wealth, she dreamed of peace. While others chased status, she longed for connection. Her mother had once told her, "Marriage is not about who brings the most. It is about who stays when everything is gone." Those words stayed with her long after her mother passed. So when men came, with gifts, cows, promises, and pride, she turned them away. Not because she was proud, but because she was waiting for something real. Then one evening, as the sky burned orange and gold, a man walked into the village. His presence was quiet, but powerful. He did not announce himself. He did not seek attention. Yet somehow, all eyes turned towards him. Who is he? Where did he come from? Why does he walk like he belongs here? No one had answers. But when Amara saw him, everything went still. Their first conversation was simple. He greeted her. She responded. But something in the silence between them spoke louder than words. Kofi did not try to impress her. He did not boast. He simply listened. And for the first time in her life, Amara felt seen. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into something deeper. But the village was not blind. No man comes from nowhere. A man without roots has something to hide. This is not natural. Amara's best friend, Sade, confronted her. "Love is not enough," she said. "You must know who you are marrying." The wedding was beautiful. Drums filled the air, voices sang. The village gathered. Kofi held her hands gently, and for a moment, everything felt right. But as night fell, something shifted. That night, Amara woke up alone. She sat up, listened. The door was slightly open. Kofi was gone. The next morning, he returned as if nothing had happened. Amara wanted to ask, but something stopped her. Fear or trust? And so, she said nothing. Night after night. He left. Always the same time. Always the same silence. Never an explanation. And with each passing night, her peace slowly faded. One night, she could not take it anymore. If there is truth, I will find it. And so, she followed him. The forest was deeper than she expected. The night, darker than she remembered. Every sound felt louder, every shadow, alive. Kofi walked without hesitation, as if he had walked this path 1,000 times. Then suddenly, he stopped. And what happened next would change everything. Kofi stepped into a clearing, and slowly, the air around him began to shift. His body changed, not violently, but naturally, as if this was who he truly was. Amara trembled, not just from fear, but from realization. He was never just a man. Kofi turned slowly. I knew you would follow me one day. I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to be loved as a man first. Amara's voice shook. Then what are you? A guardian. Between worlds. Amara fell to her knees. Her world shattered. But then, she remembered everything he had been to her. Love had been real, even if truth had been hidden. I will stay, she whispered. But no more lies. From that night on, their love changed. It became stronger. Not because it was perfect, but because it was honest. And every night he left, she no longer feared, because she understood. Love is not just about what is seen. It is about what is understood. Secrets may protect love for a moment, but truth is what allows it to survive. Because in the end, a love built on truth will outlast any illusion. From that night on, their love changed. It became stronger. Not because it was perfect, but because it was honest. And every night he left, she no longer feared, because she understood. Love is not just about what is seen. It is about what is understood. Secrets may protect love for a moment, but truth is what allows it to survive. Because in the end, a love built on truth will outlast any illusion. But each morning, he returned. Not as a spirit, not as a guardian, but as her husband. Gentle, present, loving. He would sit beside her, speak softly, laugh with her, and hold her hand as if nothing in the world could pull him away. And slowly, her fear began to fade. One morning, as the sun stretched across the land, Amara finally asked the question that had been resting in her heart. Do you ever wish you were just a man? Kofi paused, not because he didn't have an answer, but because the truth required honesty. I have wished for it many times, he said softly. But if I were only a man, I would have never found you. Amara looked at him, and in that moment, something shifted within her. She realized that love was not about choosing the easiest path. It was about choosing the real one. And the real path was rarely simple. Days turned into weeks again, but this time there were no secrets hiding in the shadows. Only truth, walking beside them. Kofi began to share more of his world with her. Not everything, but enough. He spoke of the balance he protected, the unseen forces that moved quietly between worlds, the responsibility that had been placed on him long before he ever stepped into the village. And for the first time, Amara didn't feel like an outsider to his life. She felt like part of it. The villagers, too, began to notice a change. There was something different about Amara now. She carried herself with a deeper calm, a quiet strength. The whispers didn't stop completely, but they softened. Because even without understanding, they could see one thing clearly. She was happy. And every night, when Kofi stood at the doorway, preparing to leave, Amara no longer watched with fear. She no longer questioned. Instead, she walked to him, placed her hand gently against his chest, and smiled. Not because she knew everything, but because she trusted what she knew mattered most. Come back to me, she would whisper. And he always did. Their love became something rare, not perfect, not easy, but real. A love that had faced truth and chosen to stay anyway. And in time, Amara understood something most people spend their lives searching for. Love is not about knowing everything about someone. It is about choosing them, even when you don't. In every village, in every home, in every heart, there is a story like this, a story of love tested by truth. Because the truth is, love is easy when everything is perfect. But real love is revealed when things are not. We all want to be loved fully, accepted completely, seen without judgment. But how many of us are brave enough to offer that same love in return? Amara had a choice: to walk away from what she didn't understand, or to stay and grow into a love that required courage. And in choosing truth, she didn't lose love. She found it. Because love built on illusion will always break. But love built on truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's unexpected, that kind of love, it endures. So ask yourself, if love showed you something you didn't expect, would you run, or would you stay long enough to understand? Because sometimes the greatest love stories are not the ones without secrets, but the ones that survive them. And maybe, just maybe, the person you're meant to love is not the one you fully understand, but the one you choose, again and again. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who believes in real love. Subscribe for more powerful African and Caribbean folktales, stories that don't just entertain, but teach, heal, and inspire. And remember, every story has a lesson, but only those who listen truly learn.